extended edition.
You get 40 hours of Lord of the Rings.
Well, and what irritates me about some of those is that they come out, oh, Lord of the Rings extended edition, director's cut, and the stuff that they put in isn't even edited properly. It literally they picked it up off of the cutting room floor and stuck it into the movie, and it looks like butt.
Yeah. I've seen some of that. Yeah. You're gonna charge for it. At least clean it up a little bit.
I know, right?
Oh, you got a mini?
Get my awesome dice tray.
Sweet.
Soft on the outside.
Nice. I love your character sheet for the barbarian. I was looking at it.
Oh,
Yeah. So you're an ogre barbarian?
yeah.
Cool.
And his character sheet was written with a pencil grabbed in a fist.
I actually tried to make it look like he wrote it.
Oh.
What's his intelligence? What's his intelligence?
6.
Wow.
He is not very smart,
No, he is not.
but he's very proud of
Is he smart
himself
enough
when
to
he
talk?
is.
As it should be, not very intelligent barbarian.
What's his wisdom though?
Huh? His wisdom is 9. His charisma is 10.
That's about average though for wisdom.
His strength is 22.
Broke it. You couldn't throw one of us.
His strength is 22
Wait, what
because
kind? Jesus, like, what kind of race though? Like,
He's an
ogre. So,
like
like,
the monster races.
yeah, and I'm still not very strong for an ogre.
How many XP are you worth?
Huh?
Yeah,
So
if
much
we kill you, how
XP
much
are you
XP
worth?
will we get?
I'm a level 10 barbarian ogre that has a rock as a weapon, which does 2d6 plus 13 damage.
Are we level? Like,
Do we really need one more
we're level 11 now.
I know, but I'm fine. I'm fine.
9, 10. Ooh, I am 11. Woo!
Did you level up close?
I mean, for one level and with barbarians, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah.
Since their strength based.
Although his armor class is 19, but
I mean, again,
oh yeah, you got
Get
that.
health, I guess.
Anthony, look,
cool.
it's a mongoose skull.
Don't let the little squirrel see that.
It's not a squirrel skull.
Yeah, but still. First, the
Scary
big
for,
giants-
scary for a little baby.
The giants that are taking care of it are carrying around the skulls of other critters.
Better
Yeah,
be
how
good, it's gonna be you in the box of bones.
What's the baby doing?
Baby's doing good.
You just put the box on top of it, you know.
Yeah. Seems to be doing okay.
Have
I
you
know
taken
I'm trying
care
this.
of baby critters before?
Yes, I have.
Is that a thing?
I was a mighty squirrel tamer in my youth.
Can I go for this one, Alyssa?
Yes,
Oh, you want this?
I do. Thanks.
I'll use a napkin.
I have one for you.
I'm not dry.
I mean, it's not my first choice, but all of the wildlife rehabilitation places and the Oregon Department of Wildlife and the Portland Audubon Society, nobody will take him because
you
he's
know-
considered an invasive species. He's a fox squirrel.
They make it sound so easy. I mean, it doesn't matter what the animal is. Like, we had like 4 stray cats at my old house, and we were like, okay, well, we need to, do something about this.
Yeah.
And so we caught them, and then every single shelter, oh, we're full. And then they're like, oh, well, you have too many cats, so you're on a list now because somebody can come and take all your pets.
You got to
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, no one will take them. Like,
I mean, I mean, I'm just gonna
I
throw
take
this
them
out
out
there,
back
not
in-
that I would do it, but it's illegal to discharge a firearm inside city limits.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to do?
and if you kill it in any form or shape, it's animal.
And then it's
abuse,
animal abuse, right?
right? So
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the same boat
Yeah,
in that.
the city has these ridiculously absurd rules, and we'll just call a shelter. You call a shelter.
Yeah, it's illegal for me to have it,
Right.
and it's illegal to rehabilitate it, so no rehabilitation places can have it. It's illegal for vets to treat it,
Right.
and I'm required to give it up to the state so they can humanely euthanize it.
Yeah, but then they'll tell you that they can't because all of their physicians are overloaded.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Whatever.
yeah, it's all a
Fishing
big-
game hasn't
it's all a
returned
big
my
circular
calls,
cluster.
and I assume, they got bigger fish to fry right now than a baby squirrel living in my house. Like,
Right.
ain't nobody cares.
There's a pandemic and the entire state is burning down around us. But,
Both figuratively and
literally. Literally.
Well, at least we don't get people to wear masks outside.
Yeah, right.
Not gonna look at me so stupid now wearing my big filtered
Right.
respirator to the grocery store, huh?
Right.
Huh?
Because you can't slide foot in the crummy.
I'm just saying, if it works for CS guys, you bet it works for a little bit of Camp Smokes.
Yeah,
I mean, forest
I smoked a brisket yesterday, and I don't know why I bothered to fill the smoker box. I could have just set it on the back porch and come back in like 4 hours. It probably would have been done better.
Yeah, but it would have been pine smoke.
Yeah, that's okay. So, where we left off, first of all, welcome everybody who is viewing to Dungeon of the Mad Mage, streamed live from Going Gaming and Grub and Grog.
Woo!
We are a small gaming store in Troutdale, Oregon. Literally, right now, the state is burning down around us, but we are going to play D&D anyways.
Deep
So,
into the fantasy.
We have a quartet going as the building burns.
yes, they all have leers. They're wearing olive leaves around the head. The store was having problems before the wildfires because of the COVID pandemic, but now, probably even more. If you scroll down in your Twitch stream, there will be a tile there for Help Save Going Gaming. If you enjoy having gaming stores in your community, we would appreciate anything that you would be willing to donate. We know that everybody is in the critical financial crunch right now. We also have a tile on our Twitch stream. If you scroll down, there'll be a tile for TNC, and that would be Talon and Claw. And they are the purveyors of beautiful wooden Dungeon Master screens and dice vaults and leather dice trays and a number of other items. They even do custom laser etching. If you use code GOINGAMING in all capital letters, you will receive 10% off of your purchase. And in turn, they will kick 10% back to the store. Where we left off last week, oh, and one other announcement for anybody that is viewing, the beginning of the Curse of Strahd campaign tomorrow, that was supposed to start tomorrow, has been canceled due to players having to deal with wildfire evacuations. So no Curse of Strahd tomorrow, but we are crossing our fingers and hoping to do Descent into Avernus tomorrow evening at 4:45. Where we left off, you guys had major escape from the Kraken Society. I want to say that like this.
For the
Adventure
Kraken
Brothers.
Society.
The Kraken Society. The Guild of Calamitous Intent. You made your escape in an airship.
We got a bunch of clan
crewed
pits.
by a skeleton crew of Lokatha, and of course some of their pet seals. And and Telfar got a. Actually, you know what? I've never met a seal that makes that sound. I've met the ones that slap their side and go, and want me to feed them. Those are the ones that I know.
I like it.
That's like one of my favorite things to do because I'm a giant child. Just to go to a seaside aquarium and feed the seal. So you make your way to Waterdeep, and the question is, where do you want to set down? Where do you want to land? Now, this is a galley-sized ship, so it is not small. It is probably close to the same size as the Trollskull Manor. And actually, it's probably taller from top to keel. So,
Set it down in the bay where ships go. I don't know.
okay.
Yeah.
In the docks.
We float.
Just float right down into a nice little position at the jetty here. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how
Ask the-
close you can get or
We should
whatever.
ask how seaworthy. I mean, yeah, they can fly and guide this thing in the air. Do they have to rely on winds when they're down in the water, or do they?
Well, they rely on wind even up here, but the chief of the Lokatha tells me, well, we didn't really repair her to be completely seaworthy. She's gonna need some time in a dry dock.
Oh.
Well, I mean, this is the guy we should be asking what we're gonna do when we set down. If he says,
I think we might have enough money for some repairs, y'all.
yeah.
Ain't no reason we might be. We can even maybe grease some palms and
You probably have-
speed it up a little bit. Maybe get a nice early spot on the next dry dock.
Build our own landing space. Play with this stuff.
Let's see if we use money on it.
So-
We gotta use it.
In Deepwater Bay, there is a section of the docks that are kind of separated where dry docked ships can set down, can pull in and be hoisted up.
We're just gonna land it.
Do you want to just land it there?
Heck yeah, if there's
Okay.
some room for us, some space, like you might as well,
So
We'll have plenty of attention as we fly in.
so you guys, well, you get attention, but not because you're flying in an airship. It's not that unusual for an airship to come into Waterdeep. I mean, usually they're hull ruin airships, but in this case, you are garnering some attention at just the condition in which this vessel is in. So,
it's been underwater for a minute, right?
yeah, it's been underwater for a while.
Heavily barnacled.
It was a it was a shipwreck that the Lokatha salvaged.
Does it look like the ship from Davy Jones?
Yeah, a lot like that. And then it looks like at one point the ship had been cracked in half. Like the keel was actually in two pieces, and there are literally like Wile E. Coyote style boards that are nailed holding the sides of this thing together. Yeah, right. There's a stamp that says Acme.
Alright, Acme airship.
Yeah, so I mean, this is not a vessel that you're going to want to set down in water because it will probably immediately go to the bottom of the bay, if not for the Zeppelin holding it up.
Right. So we want to be tethered, but not sinking.
Right.
Right. Okay.
And so you all take positions, and everybody make a strength athletics check.
Oh, easy.
Easy. If I do a backflip, can I do it with acrobatics?
No, not in this. Well, yeah, I'll give you an acrobatics check.
Sick.
And athletics check. Oh god, I already have 14.
So a strength athletics check?
Yes.
13.
Okay.
28.
Nice.
32.
You got an 8.
Starting off strong.
Yeah.
I got
That's
a
where it
30.
ended.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
I just
25.
Nice.
pulled with one hand.
I'm impressed by you. How are you stronger than an ogre?
My
Back
athletics-
handspring
my
with
athletics
Well,
is
luckily, the Lokatha rolled a 19. And so your 8 isn't really that bad. Like 2 or 3 of the fish people come up and they're like, no, do it like this. And they're grabbing your rope and helping you. And Telfar just is moving the boom sail and literally unties one from a belaying pin, unties a rope from a belaying pin, and then leaps and swings out over the bow, moving the sail with him. And the Lokatha are able to drop this right into an empty slot in the dry docks. And there are a number of sailors and dock workers that are just like, wait, what are you doing? And the boat just lands between these two timbers up out of the water. And the way that this works is that essentially, usually, a ship on these timbers, when they were done repairing it, they would lift the timbers and it would slide back into the water. And
I just counted mine.
clearly that's not going to be the case for you guys, since this has been heavily modified. If it was repaired, it can do both.
Might be cheaper to buy a new boat and move.
And that is exactly what the dockmaster tells you. As soon as you disembark, he's looking at this thing and he says, well,
Thank you.
honestly, it'd probably be cheaper to just buy a new boat.
Serious?
You know, we could move the flying apparatus over.
I'm rather fond of the figurehead, however.
Well, we could move that over.
You can just take that off, just pop it off, and pop it on the other one.
It really depends. I mean, you know, it's like private airliner. Do we travel enough to, you know, want
To warrant owning an
or do we
airship.
just want to lease it whenever the occasion calls?
Yeah, it should be like a good dining boat restaurant. You know,
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nobles can pay a bunch of money to go up in the airship, get treated so fancy to a nice dinner, take a lap around upper, Waterdeep, and set back down like an evening, like a carriage ride.
More money.
You're so smart.
More money.
So smart.
But I actually think that would bring in a lot of money.
So
Especially-
smart. I'm loving it.
Well, and we're building the new inn.
Mm-hmm.
The top could be modified so that it's a dock.
Heck yeah.
So he tells you,
It's boat though, you know?
That is, it's too big.
It might be big.
he
We
tells
might need to
you
really reinforce those structural supports, man.
it's going to cost 15,000 gold
Alright.
To
to
what?
repair this ship.
How much would it
A brand new galley runs roughly 30.
30,000?
Well, you know what they say a boat is? It's a hole
A
in the
money
water.
sink?
It's a hole
Yeah.
in the water that you can throw your money
You can throw your money into. It's a gigantic wooden toilet.
So how much gold do we have in the safe?
Oh, we have a lot.
I know
And
Narote
we could
put
use some
his
of our
10,000
money.
gold in it.
I don't see us traveling.
Because I don't
a lot.
have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Not as a boat.
Well, then we could
Did you put
fly
your
it up,
10,000 gold in the
land it
Skull
in
Tavern,
its
sir?
good
I
shape
think
on
I
top
did.
of the building,
I might have
and
forgotten to
then
mention
just
that. Yeah, but I don't think
decommission
I'm
You
building.
Did
you
not
can
mention it to
decommission
me. That's not the
and
number I had.
tie it off over the top of the new hotel that you built,
I don't know.
and
I think I
have the
don't
That's
know if
kind
I
of a-
announced
that's
it,
the
but I think I was
signature
thinking
of
it.
the-
Yeah,
of the
I was thinking.
just put a balcony with a ramp out right onto the galley.
Mhm.
Okay. So what? It's all
That's just
Big
more
bag.
money, money, and money.
in the big bag then? Probably.
Well, that option, if you wanted to do that, would only cost you around 2,000.
Which option is that?
To basically leave it airborne all the time and park it just over the top of your new hotel and have a ramp built off of a balcony on the top floor that connects to the galley.
So it's kind of permanently
What kind of fuel
there.
does it run on?
Hot air. I mean, as long as
Just stoking a fire?
yeah.
Seems like a pretty cheap option, but I mean,
Well, there's probably ongoing maintenance costs.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'd have to, I mean, get it repaired over time.
I mean,
unless
ultimately, if
the
you
rusticness
want,
of it
you
is
could
part of
even-
the charm.
Over time, you could even cut out the need
I noticed a bunch of prices were off.
for having to pay for fuel. But, I mean, this is what the dwarves do, just summon a fire
Sell
elemental and
items and fix them all.
chain it inside the billows. You have a permanent fuel source.
That is the dwarven way.
At least until some jerk comes along and frees it.
So, what I'm thinking is even if it's repaired, it requires a crew of 80,
Right.
which is not us. Now, I like the space of it, but I think perhaps a smaller vessel would be more useful to us. Because the Lokatha want to go off and, go do their own thing and live in peace somewhere else where they're not bothered by krakens and baby krakens and cultists and slime things.
Humans, even.
Well, we were gonna go.
Nutty adventurers.
Yeah, on the journey to Waterdeep, the Lokatha chief was kind of looking over some maps and whatnot that he had, all of them terribly out of date, that he had plundered, and they have decided that the southern portion of the Moonshay Isles would be a good place for them to settle.
Right. So we still have an obligation to drop them off somewhere.
They can find their own way, or if you decide that you want to give them the ship, they would just take the ship. Otherwise, they're gonna literally hoof it. They're gonna jump in the water and just swim it themselves.
We only need the airship part.
But the ship itself, without the air, is not seaworthy and won't get them anywhere. I vote we, try to stock them up with supplies. I say we, get them set up in town with the things they're going to need, any tools, any building supplies, food and drink or whatever that they're going to need. Because, come on, man, they gave us an airship. And I think we can do cool things with it. And I think Telfar thinks that the right thing to do would be to get them all set up and pack them up real nice and then take them where they want to go.
Okay.
Unless anyone else is opposed.
I'm still unclear. If it's an airship, we still have to pay the 15,000 gold to.
Only if you want to be able to land it in water. Which, considering the amount of water on the planet, might not be might not be a bad thing to have. But you could also.
What if we want to go to Luskin someday and see the pirates?
Yeah, but we can airship there.
Well, as long as we save the universe at some point.
Yeah.
Well, then we might as well
Do whatever
ditch
we
the
want.
boat and just get a basket. Like, why are we not just going to turn it into a hot air balloon and ditch the boat entirely if we just want to use it for air travel?
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. What if we just get a new, frame?
I think we should chop the boat in half.
It's too big for us to crew.
Yeah.
We can't fly it. 80 people. We can't land it in water.
So
Does it take 80
Sound
people
like-
to fly or 80 people to row or both?
80 people to crew the ship. Now, that
the ship
80
in
people,
water or in air?
not all 80 people are going to be working at the same time. So you're talking about
3 shifts.
3 shifts of 8 hours at minimum a piece. Some of the crew will be down below decks sleeping or resting while the rest are working, et cetera, et cetera. It also, the size of the ship is
So give me what's the bare...
mammoth. It takes a crew of 80 and it will carry 40 some odd passengers.
Right. We don't need that much space, y'all, even if we're going to turn it into a fancy flying hotel for nobles.
Yeah,
We're
you
not-
got
when we're not using it
basically
for
this is
adventures.
like a flying, could be floating
Hotel.
mansion. I mean, it's enormous.
Maybe we can sell it.
Nah, I think we could get more money if we just use it.
Sell it to some rich, eccentric noble.
The
My...
aft castle itself is 2 stories. There were 2 stories inside. The captain's office
Floating hotel.
is on the mid deck, there's a below deck below that is his private quarters. I mean, and it's like the size of like a 2-bedroom apartment. It's huge.
Well, how about
You could start a new contract
So,
with people that want to
the-
part own this thing.
Telfar definitely wants to part own this thing, hands down.
The dry dock foreman has a suggestion. So he says that there is a lot of reusable timber on this galley, and clearly you can transfer the Zeppelin mechanism to another ship. He proposes that he will give you 5,000 gold piece trade-in just for the timber. And then sell you a standard size sailing ship for 7,000.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah, we should do that one. Like
I
that
think we
idea.
should do it.
And then outfit the Zeppelin mechanism to the new sailing ship.
Correct.
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea.
yeah, that's a good
And
idea.
the sailing ship it's the same it's the same layout, but not nearly as big. I mean,
So we're talking, if we were to spend 15K to repair this boat, and then maybe, I don't know, another 1,000 or two to like really fancy it up with like nice gold fittings and rugs, tapestries, all that sort of thing, right? That this would be just a floating mansion palace.
right.
Air, land, sea, whatever. I propose that we could keep it in the air constantly, whatever, like just stoke those fires, pay one of our I don't know were-rat cousins to go up and do shifts up there and keep it going on.
And we'd need a handful of stevedores.
And then, like we put money into Troll's Skull Manor and over time got it, kind of fixed up or whatever, then we could, over time, put the 15K into it that we need to. Frankly, I don't have a whole lot that I really need to do with my money. I got thousands. And, if no one wants to put any money into it and doesn't want to have anything to do with the damn boat business, then, they
I
can,
might put money in it.
that's cool. And I think that, if we say over the next couple of months, start putting it kind of into a fund, working towards that 15K, then we have a really, 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 really nice boat. We got like a floating yacht, y'all.
A floating yacht.
Just like paying off a
Bunch
car.
of money.
Kind
Just take
of.
a
Yeah.
down payment and pay.
Exactly.
It pretty much pays for itself.
I'm cool with most of it, I just don't see the crew of 80. I don't see us, I don't wanna be a man.
I mean, if we don't have to move it, I don't think.
Well,
we
if you're, I mean, it already has a Gearworks Zeppelin system to it. It would not, in that 15,000, it would not be beyond the realm of reason to put in more automation features.
Yeah.
Well, my next question is, what would a bare bones skeleton crew look like? Just enough to get this thing in a big circle around Waterdeep a couple of times and park it back where it came from.
As it is right now, a skeleton crew, you would need at least 30 people.
30 people.
But if you were to do the renovations that you're talking about and put in some automation systems, you could get that skeleton crew down to 12. The foreman says that he thinks if that's the route that you wanted to go, he would go to the Temple of the Temple of Gond in the Sea Ward. And
We have a
he
good
would-
reputation with them.
he would talk to them and see what they can come up with for some truly high-end automation that would allow, easier operation for a smaller crew.
Sweet.
Yeah, something like this.
They like us. We helped them with the whole nimble right situation. We employed their services to get Lith a new body. They probably have something to do with this guy over here, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys want to take a vote?
Yeah,
Should.
we roll with it. I'm just not gonna be responsible for the managing of crew and all of this. This is a hole that you put money in the water.
Fair enough, fair enough. Telfar can spearhead that unless anyone has any objections.
So how much of the 15K do you want to put down?
Telfar can put down 2,000.
Okay?
As long as we go to Troll Skull and get it out of the safe first.
Oh, sure.
You know, we could literally pay a necromancer to create us a skeleton crew.
Do they have
Oh.
seaman skills, though? That's the question.
Have you not seen the skeleton ships? They just last forever.
So, does anybody else want to put money down?
I don't think I can put Narote's money down since I'm not playing him.
Well, you are Narote, so, and
Yeah,
Narote
yeah,
is
Narote.
currently here. So,
Yeah,
you can put down.
He's
some
just
of
gonna
it.
stay in Waterdeep when we leave.
Right.
Yeah, so he's still gonna
No.
contribute to. He should.
Don't know. I don't.
I'm gonna put down,
I
1,500 gold.
think.
Okay, so there's 3,500.
I need to think about it.
Okay.
It's alright, we can be partners. I liked your idea. It's good stuff.
Do you guys want to put any down?
I don't have money.
We was talking about how much.
How much gold do you guys have in total?
They have to have some gold. I divvy up the gold.
No.
I
Yeah.
divvy up the gold. Come
How
on.
we get back, we turn the bag of holding inside out. Everybody gets their piece of candy.
Well, here's the thing. I've got the loot list. Since we're in town, I'll calculate that while you guys are thinking.
Alright, 7K.
Wow. Okay.
Fancy that.
7K?
So there's 10,500 total.
Damn.
That's yeah. That's enough money for him to start in good faith and.
Don't we have a chest full of pearls?
We do. Like I said, this
Yeah,
is the
she's-
current loot
she's
that
adding
I
up
have
to-
to add
yeah.
up.
What if, how much
This
would
is the
the
loot that I'm about to calculate.
How much would the pearls be?
Yes.
How much are they
Was it like
Yeah.
each? They're like 100 each?
I'll go another 2,000.
Well,
they're 150
Okay.
gold
I'll
each?
match Telfar.
So there's 1250 out of the 15. That's yeah.
We're almost
And then our loot from the last adventure is more.
I bet the pearls will be enough.
There's the pearls
No,
themselves.
they're not 2,000.
Flawless clam pits times
I mean, the one thing to keep in mind is that so far,
the clam pits alone were 6,000.
so far in your career, with the exception
Yeah.
of the renovations you did to Troll Skull Manor and to the hotel,
That's
your careers has been nothing but profit. And even now, the Troll Skull Manor is starting to generate a profit. So,
If we add.
It's a hobby. Our real profit making is going out and killing strange people.
Capitalism.
right,
Mm-hmm.
going to new places, killing new people,
Getting magic items.
taking their shit.
Yeah, we get, 5 or 10 gold off of Troll Skull Manor.
Right.
That's a fun
Going
thing.
to new
But we're
It's a
mostly
base
in
of
it for the
operations.
loot.
Yay! Free penny.
Uh-huh.
We should just dump all of our copper pieces into it.
Yeah, if you'd have kept all those copper, then,
God damn it, no.
We would be
We made the Faraday cage line
You
room.
know, we should, for the pearls, we should just dump as much as we need. Pearls. And then
Yeah,
pick
the
up rest.
pearls alone are 6,000 gold.
Yeah, we should just put the rest that we need and
Well,
then
let
divvy
me
up the
let me
rest.
calculate already getting up there, y'all, okay?
What do we got so far?
12,500.
I'll donate it if I have to, but I do kind of want my own. Like
Okay,
a
well,
standard.
Then you can have your own ship and
Just
just don't expect a free ride on ours, okay? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't see that this is powering us up to go and save the world.
I think we've just stopped for thinking about the main story. We're just doing all the side quests, so when we get the boss, we one-shot him.
It's, well, yes, but, you know, the main story is the
Oh, I know, I
entire
forgot.
universe.
Jacket.
That's like
Carl,
that's more of a...
Carl, are you not having fun because we want to play in a way that makes Carl have
Oh,
fun?
no, everything's great. Carl's playing his character,
Okay.
so.
As
yes.
long as that's just Aaron's opinion
It's just
and not
Aaron.
Carl's
Carl's
opinion.
happy with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. We like you, Carl, and we want you to enjoy the campaign.
No, yeah.
So, you go ahead and add that up. Oh, okay, fine.
I matched Telfar's investment because, you know, can't have Telfar outdoing him.
From one rogue to the other.
Right.
See, big brain idea.
That's how you get rogues to cough up money, is that you just start a bidding war.
Yeah.
Did we make a hotel too?
Well, it's in process.
Well, as soon as we get a hotel and a flying thing, then they'll be like, oh, these are the same people who made this great cavern and this great airship cruise.
You know, as soon as
No, you see, I'm competing with Jarl Axel. He's got a fleet of 3 ships. I cannot be outdone. I need to have a ship too.
Shit.
Makes sense.
why don't you buy 3?
I can't afford it yet.
But I'm not sure how, see, I mean, we're not doing something right because we've got this Troll Skull Manor and
That's one of my own
and it's not really, it's breaking even. It's not making us thousands of gold. It's breaking even. And yet, the criminal world owns like a couple of 3 ships or something like that, and they're paying us $1 million gold to go do stuff.
$1 million?
Like it doesn't
When are we
even
getting
matter
that?
to them.
Sorry, I didn't hear
And
the
why
part
are we
of
trying to do stuff?
I asked Chris if we discovered if Mastika was already discovered, because if you go to Mastika, they work gold like it's copper.
Yeah, we need to bring up.
In the books, they got millions of gold pieces.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Are we gonna go pirate some?
Yeah, let's just go.
No,
Skip the story.
But if
Throw
we
that in the
discovered
garbage.
it first, that would completely erase the books. Because I know how to get to Mastika.
Alright, y'all. You ready for the tallies? Total take from the underwater adventure minus the 5k diamond, which is in your possession, I believe. I'm not counting that. For liquefied assets, we have 11,801.
Holy.
You guys want to use that for the ship instead of
Yeah,
everybody
sure.
chipping in personal funds? After that, we only need, what, 4k? Less than 4k. 3,200.
Plus 4,000.
I'll keep my-
And I need to start adding up how much treasure I hand out.
You handed out a lot of treasure, Chris.
Well, you did great.
And we
in
thank
handing
you
out
for
the
that.
ship that's
I'll
sucking
still-
all the
I'm
treasure
still-
back.
Right,
We should
right.
use-
I'm great at creating money sinks.
You should. We should just use that and take our money out, and then I'll donate 2,000.
Every time I read on Twitter, people complain, well, Dungeons & Dragons 5e, the biggest problem is that, you know, there's no way for the players to spend their money. I'm like, what are you talking about? I have no problem with taking my players' money.
He's gonna give them things they want.
Right. I don't even own the Acquisitions Incorporated book yet. And I can come up with ways to take their money.
Well,
Ooh,
you're not
here's this
gold
cool
playing,
armor.
and all you want is
Give them a
gold.
galleon that's hundreds of years old and been underwater for way too long that they want to fix because it's an
I
airship.
wish we got to that Kraken Eye first.
Alright.
That would have been way better in our hands. Especially
Yeah, we
my
could have
hands.
spawned it off.
Like my command staff, that's such a great
Anthony, if our pirating career will get to a point where we can attack galleons, we're gonna go after Jarl Axel.
We're going after Jarl Axel.
We're gonna
Take-
Telfar will not take part.
Don't forget about the sea shanties.
Anthony's gonna be my first
yeah.
mate. He agreed
All
to
of
me.
us.
All of them.
All of them at once.
Now,
As soon as we reach level
while we're
40.
talking about getting the ship repaired, we should get prices and delivery times and all that for any weapon
Livery
system that has massive range.
So if you do 1.5k and you do 1.5k and I do 1.5k, we are up to 4.5k plus the 11,801.
We're over.
Yeah, we're over 50.
So we're gonna use the overage for other stuff. Make it fancy.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
at 16,301.
Okay.
How much does
He
an
can
arc
definitely work
Extra
with that.
one.
That one's
He
gonna be good for
That's
is,
the tip.
he is ecstatic to work with that, considering that he quoted you 15,000, you're handing him over 16.
And we didn't even
All right.
bargain with
Okay, but
Yeah, and you didn't argue about it.
who's got a good persuasion? Because somebody needs to
That's how you know.
be all like, look,
I'm like
we're
charisma.
paying you completely up front.
I'm +3 to charisma.
Six. I
Okay.
have 60 persuasion.
Nice.
I
This
have a
guy
dagger.
over here.
Yo, +6 of persuasion? Wow.
I have a
Let
big
him
rock.
know that we're paying
I have big
extra
rock.
because
Yeah,
we want
big
shit
rock.
to look fancy.
Now,
We want it real good. That we want everyone taken care of. There's enough left over for everybody to have a little something, something.
the really important thing is we pay after the work is done so that we can steal it at that night from their vault.
Yeah.
I say we should give him like half now, half later. That sort of deal.
man.
Oh,
Who
wait.
wants to make the persuasion check?
I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he gets
Yep,
assisted by somebody. I'll have a dagger in the guy's kidney. That's my assistance.
I have a rock just above his head, just about to drop it. Hi, we're
19.
persuading you.
19. So he will take half now and half on completion.
What if you had a 4 to it?
So 23.
Okay?
All right.
Yeah, he will agree to half down, half on completion.
What if we keep rolling that for you?
It'd be like, oh, you don't have to pay anything.
He can get the, so a bulk of this money is going to go towards purchasing materials, but he can get those on consignment and pay it off when you pay him.
So Narote wants to buy a standard sized ship.
Okay?
Like a
How much would 10,000 gold get him?
He's sitting over here. Yeah, he's sitting over here on 10k. Doesn't want to chip in on our boat.
I see how it is.
Uh-huh.
I see.
I
Okay, guys. So in addition to all of that, everyone gets 17 platinum. That's
So-
what we do. 17 platinum for everyone.
I like platinum.
Oddly enough, a sailing ship,
And add any
a
number of
regular
copper you
sailing
like.
ship, brand new, would cost you
Make it up.
10,000.
2 copper.
Make it up.
And you'll have to pay 200 gold in wages to the crew every month.
The least expensive.
I don't have I don't have Ghost of Saltmarsh with me, but I can shoot off stats for that and what the crew would be required, etc.
I'll chip in. I have like 1,000.
The other thing is that the 5,000 gold pieces diamond, it will cost 300 gold pieces to have it cut into
That's-
5 1,000 gold pieces.
That's Colby's business. If he wants to get it cut, that's on him. He wanted the diamond. I
Right.
vote that he takes responsibility for getting it cut into useful stuff.
Okay.
And left over from the loot, we have 1 +3 scimitar, 1 glamored studded armor, a +2 wand of the war mage. That was for you, right? You got that. I'm gonna cross that out. And
Yeah, Spartan's not.
a scroll of chain lightning. Did someone claim that? Scroll
That
of chain
was-
lightning.
That one went to, we
cancel.
keep scrolls and,
Oh, you
and
wanted
copy them
to-
into any mage's spell book.
Right.
So I guess that's
Scroll
what
of
I gotta
chain
have.
lightning goes to
That
you.
one I got.
So, yeah, we've got about 4 or 5
Oh, mine was
scrolls
the potion
in
of
Troll Skull
invisibility.
that we've been
I got that
copying
potion.
into people's,
Do we? Because I don't have any records for that stuff.
let's see, I've got it right here.
You should add it. Scroll of chain lightning to your stuff, Grady.
That's kind of cool.
The scrolls that we have received are Animate Dead level 3, Glyph of Warding level 3, Magic Weapon level 2, Chain Lightning level 6.
I could probably find a picture.
So it will cost 300 gold pieces for you to get that 5,000 gold piece diamond cut into 5 1,000 gold piece diamonds.
He wants to pay 300 gold.
You do.
I don't have money.
You just had 7K to put down on a ship.
No, that's his money.
Oh.
Have that
I don't
diamond
believe in
cut
money.
into
Give him his allowance so he can pay for the diamond.
Yeah.
or just cut it into 4. Give him the 5th one.
I mean, that's essentially 5 resurrection spells.
Yeah.
Don't we also
Carl,
have
if
a
I
diamond that-
give you my phone, will you type in those scrolls and their levels, or send them to me, or are you on the Facebook groupie thing?
Let's see.
Because I did not have time to write them down when you
Yeah,
fired
yeah.
them off like that.
Yeah, I was rattling them off.
So
Let's
yeah,
see.
I'll get that cut.
Okay.
I am trying to remember how I
And then,
can contact you over, let's see, Discord or Facebook? Facebook. Let's do Facebook.
Got there's laws against piracy.
Here's my, this is my.
You should be a part of the messenger group, aren't you?
I believe, yeah.
You just post it.
There's just so many freaking contact ways these days.
I just pinged you.
Copy.
There it is.
And
Could I just get one of the 1,000 cut into like 2,500 instead?
not there, it's messages.
So you want 1 diamond that's cut into 2 5s,
Yeah.
and then 4 1s? Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Eventually, Goldie's just gonna be able to chuck
It didn't really have much
all diamonds into the ocean.
fluff, but that's my list of the spells that we've accumulated over the different scenarios that we've played.
Right on. I have not kept track of those at all. Does anyone want the +3 scimitar or the glamour studded armor? I've got a mask of disguise, which I think does the same thing as the glamour studded armor, basically, right?
Yeah, the mask of disguise is actually like the next tier.
Yeah.
Because it can change you into
My appearance
it can
instead
make
of
you,
just the cloak.
Right.
Right.
The glamour studded armor can change. The armor itself can change to look like anything.
Right.
So like you could look like you're wearing a tuxedo when in reality you have the AC of studded leather.
Gotcha.
You said that was a +3. what kind
+3
of-
scimitar.
Scimitar?
Scimitar.
A scimitar. Not sure that would help, because I think it's not finesse.
I
Pretty
mean,
sure.
+3, that's a epic scimitar.
Oh, yeah. But I don't think it's finesse.
I don't believe it is.
What would it fetch? You know, could we?
If I could use it.
What do you guys think of taking those 2 items down to the goblin auction or something as a show of good faith?
I think that'd be awesome.
To tell them, hey, yeah, we haven't forgotten about you guys. We know that we struck a deal down here. Hey, how's it going?
Probably see what they have as well.
Yeah. You guys want to take those 2 items down to the goblin auction house? Oblin auction house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
The auction house.
So the +3 scimitar, you could easily, to the right buyer, you could easily sell that for 10K.
It's a
Just that one sword.
that one sword for 10,000.
+3, that's an epic sword.
Oh, that is.
Magic items are.
It's sharp AF. Could cut you just by looking at it.
If it had any other properties to it, it could probably sell for more,
We can say it does.
but it doesn't.
Well, knowing how they mark things up in the goblin auction house down there,
Right.
it might fetch 20.
Right, you could sell it for on consignment and still walk away with
Yeah.
12, 13,000 gold.
Yeah, let's just say it has something that it doesn't have.
Plus, we get to check in with our goblin friends down there at the auction house.
And FYI, scimitars do have the finesse property.
What
They
about
do.
baby Kraken?
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, how about the baby kraken?
So the baby kraken,
I thought you were gonna sell the baby kraken.
What's the
sell
value of a baby kraken on the undermarket?
goblins. Yeah.
You should come and see the world with us.
So the
I mean, I'd be for it.
kraken basically tells you, yeah, it's gonna go see the world, and is like, you know, thanks for the fun times, see ya.
Okay.
And,
Come back and visit anytime. Make sure
I'm
you
gonna
wear
need
your
this
hat.
aspect.
Yeah.
Giant kraken appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, so he takes off into the throngs of the, mid-morning dock ward and disappears up a street.
So we're supposed to order food.
He's gonna regret
okay.
not.
What would you say is Telfar's reputation level with that particular model?
With
Baby Kraken.
With Baby Kraken.
Like if we met again later in life, would he remember me? Would I still get squished?
Make an insight check.
An insight check.
This is
You didn't feed him any fish.
Well, no, but I helped him get away from his angry dad and go out and see the world. 18.
waking up.
Yeah, but
On your insight, the feeling that you get when he takes off is Telfar feels a little used.
Yeah.
His demeanor has changed, and he is giving off a sense of indifference about Telfar and everybody else in the party, and just
they are
waltzes
chaotic
off
evil.
into the crowd.
He's a
Sweet.
freaking teenager.
No problem. But as he
going
goes,
through phases.
I'm gonna do my secret whispered message thing right next to him. Try to play nice with your toys.
Thank you.
So don't take the crown off. You might scare him.
I think he's smart enough to understand what that hat
He's
does.
a teenager.
That's the other thing that you get with your insight check is that you suddenly now sense a heavy, beguiling intelligence, and not of the good kind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. As to be expected.
So
We're supposed to order.
going
Well,
to the
I'll be squished.
stopping at if you're going, I mean you are, I would assume, going to spend a night at Trollskull Manor,
Yep.
rest up in a comfortable bed
Telfar's gonna have a
before
drinking
heading back down into
contest.
Undermountain.
Yep.
Have a drinking contest with the were-rats.
Yep, doing all the carousing bits that you would normally do.
It'll be a couple hundred years before he's a threat.
Yeah.
It is enough time
Only
for
go
you.
for
You
maybe-
I might see him around.
You can get your diamonds from the large one
You
that
might
was
see him
cut.
again. Warforge might see him again.
Is Lith enjoying his new body and all that good business? Is it working out?
He is, and he is quite happy with it and very thankful for his new warforged body.
Did Lith have a last name?
No,
No.
We need to get
if he did, he doesn't remember.
And he gave me a nice sword, and I've been trying to think of a name for it or something that would reflect my respect for him, or Telfar's respect for Lith, you know? Like, you know.
Liechtenstein.
Huh?
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein?
It's like Frankenstein, but with
Liechtenstein. Oh, I see.
So the next